In today's video, I want to share my thoughts on gaming on Android and address some key questions such as: is Android gaming really that bad? Is Google Play Pass worth it? How can we discover new games? I will try to answer these questions and more as we dive into this topic. The first thing I want to do is categorize the types of games available on Android. On one hand, we have native Android games, which include everything found on the Google Play Store. Among these, you will encounter premium games, those that you need to purchase, and free-to-play games. I have to say that most of the free-to-play games don't stand out, but there are a few exceptions worth mentioning. If you enjoy Gacha games, like I do for example, you are in luck. These games tend to be among the most advanced in terms of graphics and gameplay, and the most famous company is HoYoverse. HoYoverse is leading the change in this genre with titles like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and Zenless Zone Zero, for example. But they are not the only ones. If you are tired of Genshin Impact, you could try Wuthering Waves or look to another games like Ananta, an upcoming game this year, or Diablo Immortals if ARPGs are your thing. Apart from the typical Play Store games, there's a growing category of PC game ports for Android. For example, Hollow Knight is one of the best known examples. You can find it online, but I cannot share the link to the game. But there are many others, such as Balatro, the GTA trilogy, Magic Arena, or even Fortnite. Before researching this, I didn't realize just how many PC games have been ported to mobile, and it's pretty impressive, to be honest. And if these topics interest you, just let me know in the comments and I could make a dedicated video about it. And finally, there is emulation. This is where Android devices really shine, at least for me, because emulation allows you to play games for consoles like the PlayStation Portable, the PlayStation 2, Nintendo DS, 3DS, Nintendo Switch, and even PC games, depending on the power of your device, but with Winlator, you can play Hades or GTA 5. As you can see, there are a lot of games to enjoy gaming on Android devices, but why do people often look down on mobile gaming? Well, one of the main reasons I think is probably the controls. Playing on a touchscreen isn't exactly comfortable for most games. However, some titles like Slade Spire, Balatro, or Magic Arena benefit from the simplicity of the touch controls. Mostly card games, because it's very easy to just drag and drop a card in the screen. For other games, though, the solution is straightforward, just a Bluetooth or a wired controller. These days, there are a ton of controller options, telescopics, compact controllers for travel, full-size option, and even official Xbox or PlayStation controllers can be connected to Android devices, so it is up to you. If connecting our controllers is so easy, then why is Android gaming still considered problematic? The biggest issue is probably compatibility, because not all games support all types of controllers. For example, Call of Duty Mobile only works if you have an official PlayStation or an Xbox controllers. You cannot use most of the other Bluetooth controllers, although there are some third-party controllers that emulate the official PlayStation and Xbox ones, but it's not a common thing. On the other hand, we have games like Genshin Impact that has controller support but only on iOS and not in Android. Basically because the controller compatibility depends on the developers, which make it inconsistent across all the games. Another major issue is game support over time. As we have new Android versions, older games need updates to stay compatible with the newer versions. But this is not the case for many games. So we don't get these updates, leaving users unable to re-download them even if they already purchased the games from the Google Play Store. The only way to keep playing some other games is just downloading the APK, and as you know, this is piracy, but it's the only way we have sometimes to play older games in newer Android devices. So for me, this is one of the biggest disadvantages of gaming on Android. It's too easy to lose access to the games you already paid for, or just don't have controller compatibility. So a potential solution for this problem, for example, is the Google Play Pass. For this video, I bought it and I want to share my impressions. For €5 a month, it gives you access to a wide selection of premium games. For example, some highlights is Slade Spire, Stardew Valley, Professor Layton series, and Dead Cells. So I tried the Play Pass for a month, basically, and I was pleasantly surprised. I ended up playing a lot of games that I wouldn't have tried otherwise because they were free. You buy just the subscription ones and you can download a lot of premium games. I initially bought the Play Pass just to play Slade Spire because the game cost $10. By spending just $5 for a month of Play Pass, I not only got to play Slade Spire, but also discovered a lot of other fantastic games like Loop Hero, for example. If I ever want to play another game included in the Play Pass, I will happily pay for another month because it's going to be cheaper than buy the original game a lot of the times. So native Android games aren't the only option. Emulation is also a powerful ally for Android gamers. With the right device, you can emulate nearly every console generation up to the Nintendo Switch, though there are still some limitations. For example, the Wii U and the PS Vita emulators are still in the early stages, and playing newer consoles like the Nintendo Switch, 3DS, or PlayStation 2 requires to have a powerful device. However, being able to play Kingdom Hearts or the classic Pokemon games or PlayStation 2 God of War titles on a tablet or on a phone is incredible to me. I prefer playing on tablets for the larger screen, but if your device supports video output, you can connect it to an external monitor or to the TV, and you have essentially a portable console with a lot of games. So for me, gaming on Android is all about convenience. I always have my Lenovo Y700 tablet with me, making it my go-to gaming machine, and whether I'm traveling or relaxing at home, it lets me play games from console I never own, like the 3DS, or titles like Hollow Knight that I wouldn't typically play on the computer because I feel like they are more for a portable console. So being able to play these games in the bed or on the go has been a game changer for me. So as the conclusion of this video, don't let anyone tell you that gaming on Android isn't for real gamers, because there is nothing more gamer than being able to play wherever and whenever you want. To wrap things up, I want to show you also the controllers I use for gaming and offer some personal game recommendations. I also want to share a fantastic app that I discovered for finding new games. So about the controllers, I use most the GameSear Nova Lite 2. I have shown this in other videos, but you can connect this via Bluetooth or USB cable or even an USB dongle, and it has Hall effect joysticks, so you are not going to have drift like with the Nintendo Joy-Cons, and is very comfortable, versatile, and even comes with a carrying case for traveling. Another good option is the VSP D8. This is a telescopic controller, and I'm using this more with the Lenovo Y700 just to play in the bed or in the sofa. This controller is cheap, so it's not going to be something like the GameSear Galileo. This is a premium telescopic controller, but at least it works. And for traveling, my favorite controller is the 8-bit Dow Lite 2. It's incredibly compact, has a long battery life, and fits really easily into a small bag. Also, a bit larger is the 8-bit Dow SN30 Pro, and is an excellent choice, but I prefer the Lite 2 because it's a bit smaller. And to finish with the video, if you are looking for new games to try, I recommend you checking the Android Gaming subreddit. I will leave the link in the description of this video. It's a great place to discover new titles or just asking for recommendations. And another fantastic resource is the MiniReview app, which offers reviews and ratings for a wide variety of games on the Play Store. You can filter games by category, controller compatibility, and a lot of different classifications, so you can find your perfect game. So I hope you enjoyed this video on what gaming on Android means to me and why I love this platform. If you would like to see more videos like this or have suggestions for future topics, leave a like and a comment below.